Hey guys, Veebat here with another V-Plays, and we're taking out the Bf-109G. This is going to be the German Tier 7 light fighter. It is an altitude fighter, and it features a Mark 108 30mm hub gun. And that means that it's going to be a low velocity shell, but when it hits, it's going to cause quite a bit of damage and usually gets a crit. It's accompanied by two 13mm light, or I guess they're heavy machine guns as far as this game is concerned. And they're going to be synchronized with the propeller right there, but boom, there's that cannon. It is relatively low range cannon, so a lot of the times you're going to need to close distance, but after doing all the reviews of the P39s and the Key 88s, I was thinking this is actually very similar in the way that it plays. I mean, it gets a lot more altitude, so it's probably a little bit more like a Key 88, which we actually have in our team right here, flown by pilot Z0. And it's got that big hunkin' gun that's going to be able to pump out some big hits, but at the same time it has the accompanying damage of the light machine guns to be able to try and get those fires lit. You can see that the 30 actually fires much quicker. We're trying to do escort here for our B-32. There we go, the 30's hitting, and we're able to take out our brethren right there in the 109F. Going after the B-17G now. The 30 was actually buffed for accuracy about, I want to say it was about a year to a year and a half ago. Whoop, a little bit of a lag here. I don't know what's going on. There we go. One down. Let's go for the next bomber. Enough damage to be able to pump out some decent hits, but we're going to help the Key 88 out here because we know that those guns over here really quick. Hopefully he'll be able to finish it off. There we go, picked up the zone. There is a human and a P-51 down here, kind of the direct enemy of this aircraft, historically speaking. We're able to knock him out effectively, and there is a heavy up high. It's an XP-50, but I'm more worried about the 109Z, because the 109Z is going to be human controlled. He killed him in the zone, and that was a mistake. Killing our bomber in the zone before the zone unlocked was ill-advised. There we go. I knew the 30s were going to have enough oomph to take that guy out in the head-on. That is the reason that I typically end up having a ram, by the way, is that I assume that I'm going to be able to kill the aircraft before we run into each other. At least I really hope that's true. I do not want to let him get his cannon on me. I will be able to outturn a Yak-9, however. There's my big old 30 making contact, getting those big crits in. Took out the pilot. Oh, we're just too close. He's too slow. Somebody else kill him. Thank you. Oh, I guess I lit him on fire. I didn't even realize that. Oh, he just rammed me. Okay. I mean, we rammed each other, right? It takes two to tango. Let's go after him, just try and get some focused effort here. We are burning the boost cooler in order to do this. I'm being the sacrificial lamb, taking a lot of the flak from this tail gunner right now. Letting that 30 cool off before we hammer back down on the trigger. Let's get a little bit of distance. I don't want to take all of his tail gunner fire right now. And now we're going to come back in from below. Got him. That allowed us to be able to keep some of the zone in our control. That's the XP-50. I see some ground attackers down here, but there's a light fighter inbound. That's going to be another Mustang. He's moving really quick right now. Oh, he did get our guy. We should be able to outmaneuver a Mustang, but we did just lose our pilot to a tail gunner. least I believe that was a tail gunner. Uh-oh. That's gonna have a big old cannon pointed at me. You get out of here with that. Let's get back on the Yak 9. We did just lose the zone. But we do have a B-32 on our side, so I'm pretty hopeful that we'll be able to lock this in. Oh, is this a human? It is! I didn't realize the 265 was a human. That explains why I got knocked out so easily. Paying a little bit more attention to that team list is going to be valuable. Good news is it looks like we have the bomber heading towards the mid. B-32 should be able to take a site in a single pass. The unfortunate thing is that we currently don't control any zones. So I'm going to give the B-32 a little bit of escort here. Maybe try and get in front of him to be able to take some of the incoming flak. But looks like he's just really booking it right now. Not going to be able to keep up with him. Azo. There's a G. Oh, the GA down here. Is that a human? Lancered? Yeah, that's a human as well. Okay. That's answering some questions I wasn't asking. The bomber doesn't currently need any help from an escort, but if a human wants to come in here with a ground attacker when they don't really have much to contribute to the capture, except to me, by all means, come on in. Baka Wolf battle. There we go. Somebody get on this, dude. Man, that sucks. He's back on our B-32 here. I'm gonna try and give him a hand. I think I got him. There we go. Getting that 30 to make contact is so important. Oh no. Did he really just get killed by a ground attacker? That is insane. I mean, good on the ground attacker, I'll tell ya. But he just gave me back some of the capture, and I'm quite alright with that. We got a Yak 1M inbound. I'm not going to be able to outturn him, so we'll just kill him. That's the goal there. Trying to get some altitude. They're gone for good. The P-51's gone for good, so is the Ju-88. Burn the boost cooler. Burn it, burn it, burn it. Gotta get up there. He died in the zone. That's unfortunate. We got more than one thing up here.
Victory is in sight. Keep it up.
Yeah, we'll rudder up a little bit here. He's trying to take us into the climb. He does not have that much of an altitude performance either. He's trying to be the tough guy here. But I'm going to dip that nose down. Currently, I think we pretty much have this under control as far as capture goes. And they're losing a lot of their human players, which is the important thing. That was hopefully a fake out right there. I think he's just trying to maintain a bit of distance right now. He may be dropping on us. Which I'm okay with. We'll let him do that. I think he just called in the Focke-Wulf 190 onto my 6. Which is also okay. We'll deal. Oh, it's not the only one though. and we managed to survive 15,000 personal points. I will say that a lot of that can easily be attributed to the teamwork from my side. We did have 2 human-controlled bombers over there. It was a tough fight. A lot of it was happening over the mine, but as you can see, they managed to capture everything except for the mine because, yes, we lost it, but that meant that after we got the mine, they didn't rest on their laurels. They went out and captured all the other zones while I was left there to try and defend to the best of my ability. A little bit surprising that the Ju-88P was able to pick up the B-32, but the B-32 was already at low health, low altitude, and probably low energy. All his boost probably burned up trying to get away from the 109Z just to succumb to the Ju-88P. And a lot of people don't really take it into account that even though the German ground attackers at tier 6 and below feel relatively underpowered, that thing still is carrying a 50mm cannon. So that's a pretty impressive piece of machinery. Now, the 109Z definitely was doing work as well. You can see here he managed to take out 3 bombers and 2 ground attackers, as well as a heavy fighter and a light fighter. So he was definitely doing his darndest to try to maintain control. And I'll tell you, this cheeky little bugger killing me, that was insane. I think I was the only aircraft he ended up killing that battle, but 15,000 personal points. You can see here that the damage was able to be chunked away fairly easily. We were able to take out 3 bombers as well, 2 heavies, 4 light fighters, 4 multi-rolls. There's a lot of potential coming from this airframe, which is why I decided to purchase it back. I think I'll probably end up getting all the 109s at some point. But the 30mm cannon can be very temperamental, and you probably saw a little bit of that in this gameplay, that it felt like it was hitting sometimes and other times it just wasn't. It does have a very decent rate of fire for a 30mm cannon, but again, it feels a lot like the way that it operates. If I fly it and I keep in my mind's eye the P-39 or the Ki-88 and the way that that aircraft operates, I end up having a lot more success with it. It's a beautiful looking aircraft, very iconic for the era, and yeah, I have no issues with this plane. When I first went through the line, however, this was the plane I was sick of because I had already been flying BF-109s all the way from Tier 4, and I was ready to not fly the same looking aircraft anymore. And at the time, the Mark 108 30mm cannon with its very low shell velocity is hard to get used to, and a lot of people have some problems with it. So once you can get past those barriers like I had, you'll find that this thing is going to have good speed, good maneuverability, good altitude performance. For its altitude bracket, don't think that you're going to be turning with any yaks or anything, but it can definitely put out a lot of hurt, and it is the absolute bane of P-51s as well as the heavy aircraft at those altitudes. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy the video, and as always, I'll catch you on the next one.